All right, before we get going on our assignment, I'm just going to quickly review solving equations with the distributive property and then determining how many solutions that equation has. All right, so using PEMDAS, I'm going to look inside my parentheses. I can't combine any like terms inside that parentheses, and I don't have any exponents, so my next step is multiplication division, and I have a -7 multiplied by everything inside that parentheses, p minus 5. So I'm going to distribute that -7 throughout my parentheses. -7 times p is -7p. -7 times -5 is going to be a positive 35 equals 84. All right, I want to get my variables on one side and my numbers on the other side. So I'm going to zero out this 35. We'll put our line down here. I'm going to subtract 35 from each side. That cancels out, and I'm left with -7p equals 49. All right, I need to isolate the p's, so I'm going to do the inverse operation of multiplying by -7. I'm going to divide each side by -7. Don't forget that negative sign, and you'll be left with p equals -7. All right, so I have a variable equals a number, which means I have one solution. There's one solution to this problem. If I plug -7 back in for p and subtract and multiply that out, I'm going to get 84. All right, because -7 minus 5 gives me a -12 times 7 is a positive 84. So I know that is my solution. So one solution here. All right, I'm going to do one problem. The next problem does not have a solution. So 4 times x plus 8 equals 2 times 4 plus 2x. Again, there's nothing I can do inside these parentheses. If there was, I would do that first. There's no exponents, so I'm down to multiplication and division with my PEMDAS. So I'm going to distribute this 4 out here, and I'm going to distribute the 2 there. So I'll have 4 times x equals 4x plus 4 times 8 is 32. 2 times 4 equals 8. 2 times 2x equals 4x. All right, so right off the bat, I can spot that my coefficients are the same, but my constants are different. So that is the first red flag of what kind of solution I have to this problem. I'm going to subtract 4x on each side. That zeroes out. I'm left with 32 equals 8. Well, I know 32 does not equal 8. So I know that this does not have a solution. This is a no solution. Because 32 does not equal 8. You could go through and subtract 8 from both sides if you wanted to. Then you would have 0 equals 24, which that still does not equal. So if you see something like this, you know you have no solution. All right, two numbers that do not equal each other. No matter what I plug in for x, that equation will never be balanced. Okay, finally, we'll do one more type of problem. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and distribute my 3 inside the parentheses. 3 times 2x is 6x. 3 times 1 is 3. All right, it looks like my coefficients are the same and my constants are the same. Just by eyeballing this, I can tell that both sides of my equation are equal. So that's a red flag of what type of solution I'm going to have for this equation. So I can go through, let's subtract out let's zero out our 3 here. 3 minus 3 goes to 0. 3 minus 3 goes to 0. I'm left with 6x equals 6x. I usually subtract 6x from both sides. And then I'm left with 0 equals 0. Or you could even think of it as 0x equals 0x. But if I have something that's 0 equals 0, or if I have an equation that looks exactly the same, has same coefficients and the same constants on each side, I have an infinite amount of solutions, or all real numbers are a solution to this problem. I can plug any number in for x. I plug a 1 in for x, both sides of my equation are going to equal 9. If I plug in a 0 for x, both sides of my equation will equal 3. So any number was a solution for this equation. This equation will be balanced no matter what number I put in for x. Alright, so your assignment is in Google slide format. The instructions are in the Google slides. If you have any questions, ask your teacher. It should be hopefully a fun one.